Well, hello, friends, and welcome into the TexAgs Rewind here on Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. This is brought to you by Specs. And cold front or not, the savings are in season. The fall sale is now at Specs. The fun starts here. Okay, the clap. Popo.
Yes.
Favorite part of the show?
Jordan Pugh.
Why?
Why? Because I like hearing him talk about Aggie football, obviously, and I like hearing him hype up Damian Sanford because it's much deserved. And I just think he's great on the show. Like, I just like listening to him. He's like Max Wright. Like, I just like listening to them.
You like good people that are good at their job.
Yes.
All right, Nick, your favorite part of the program?
I'm going to go Jamie Morrison because, you got your first ever top 10 match at Reed Arena tomorrow. So that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Who else made the rewind?
OB, Nuno, those two guys.
I made it?
Yeah.
Was
Josh Pate.
Was it a David take or was it an OB take?
It was both.
Oh, both take. Oh.
Yeah. Josh Pate's on there as well.
Josh is great.
Like we mentioned, Jamie Morrison, Jordan Pugh.
Check it.
Ruben Owens.
He was on my list right there.
Of course, 142-yard career high.
Yeah.
Season high for the Aggies, 142 yards. I think that's the highest A&M rushing output since Devon A-Chain in that
LSU game.
That game against LSU when he had 215.
You know what's interesting about Ruben's game is that I think he could have had more, and I mean this as a thing of a sign of respect. I don't mean it negatively. There were a couple runs where he was a step away from breaking like a 30-yard run.
Right.
Like he had a great game, and yet he was still a step away from an even better game.
It just gives you more confidence moving forward because, of course, last year when Le'Veon went down, so did the Aggies, and
even though I thought Amari played great last year, but different type of running back, no doubt. Let's do another one, Ovi. Who else?
Well, I look on the other side of the ball.
Okay.
And I'm going to say Damian Sanford. How do you not? I mean, the SEC said so. But he had the sack. And remember the tackle for loss he had? He comes on like a blitz on a run. I think they're trying to run a draw.
Yeah.
And he hits the guy, and he bends him over backward, and the ball goes flying backward. I think they ruled him down, the kid down. It was their third-string running back. I don't think he came in after that.
No.
But, Sanford, what's going on with that kid? He has 19 tackles, I think, on the year, and 18 of them have been in the last 3 games, really 2.5.
He's an example of somebody who trusts the process, who put his head down, started working, and when he was given the opportunity, he took over.
Talk about hitting pinch hit home runs after home run.
Let me give another one, shall we? The guy we just talked about a moment ago, Cassius Howell. 3 sacks, a hat trick again.
Yeah.
Let's do it one more time. One more hat trick. Why not?
Yeah, a hat trick of hat tricks.
Yeah.
They call them sack tricks.
Sack tricks. Yeah.
Well, I'll give you my reasons because I feel the same way. So let's talk ourselves through our emotions. The first is you're in the second year of a head coach you trust. That's baked into your subconscious. All right, now you get into the season, and I think the key part of it for me is I've seen A&M win 2 very drastically different styles of games. So I've seen a shootout, I've seen a slugfest, a couple of them actually, and I think your mind over the course of the history of watching college football has taught you when you get into November, which is the deep end, when your feet can't touch the bottom of the pool anymore and you're forced to swim, the teams that are able to thrive in that environment are the ones that I call toolbox teams. And I threw A&M out there when I was talking about toolbox teams the other day on our show. And that is the kind of team that no matter what problem presents itself later in the year, open up the toolbox, they got an answer for it. They've got a thing they can do. So Miami feels this way to me. A&M feels this way to me. Teams that can win in several different ways. I also don't think your eyes are lying to you when you just watch the caliber of athlete on the field. And you guys are around those players every day. So you kind of know what you have. Then when the season gets here, you can also scan the landscape. You can watch the rest of the teams, and you realize either my guys look as good or better, or our guys look inferior. Well, your guys aren't inferior. In most cases, they look better than whatever everyone else has. You've seen Marcel Reed take what you hoped he would take, which is the next step as a passer. And the reason you don't take that for granted is because you've watched Clemson play this year. You've watched Penn State play this year. So you know not only could it stagnate, it could actually go the opposite direction. So never take it for granted when it starts to elevate. You've also seen really aggressive portal moves pay off. I mean, I can't tell you how aggravating it is for other fan bases to have their own shortcomings on their team, and then they watch A&M, and A&M's like, we need difference makers in our wide receiver room. Let's go get them. And there they are. And they're watching Casey Concepcion. They're watching Mario Craver do what they do, not to mention just the guys who have been recruited there that are doing their jobs. It's just a really good team. So it's just a better team than they've had. I think that's like last year in the back of your mind, you may have been thinking, I like where we are. However, and then you just fill in the blank. It's going to take this, this, and this the rest of the way. A&M just needs to keep doing what they're doing. They're not a perfect product, but no one is.
When you're in here, I love to get inside your mind because we share a lot of similar thoughts. When I was a kid, and we've heard it our whole life, you play like you practice.
Yep.
And sometimes I would have a bad week of practice, whatever team I was on or the team I'm covering, and they'd still win. How frustrating is, I mean, you want to win every time, right? But like, it really is proof and concept, right? When you practice well, you may not win every time, but it does, like, just talk about the coaching side of that.
Yeah, I'll say like this season's been difficult actually in that a little bit, just because like our schedule's been so erratic. Like, let me use this week as an example. Like yesterday, like we couldn't really push hard because we needed to kind of recharge the batteries to go push hard today. So it's one of those things where, and this is where I really respected our team yesterday. We got in there and it wasn't like, let's go, but it was like, all right, let's go get better at these things. And we did it in a very mindful manner, but it wasn't, hey, we're going to go with the intensity that we would in the match.
Right.
But my expectation is that, and I told them, my expectation is that we're going to kind of, I don't know, conserve a little bit here, and we're going to make sure that we're getting better at these things, and we're going to make sure maybe the people that didn't play are going to push a little bit right now so that we can be great tomorrow. And that'll prep us to go be great. So this year's been a little bit interesting in that, just that we've had weird Wednesday, Fridays, Wednesday, Sundays, a non-con part of our, we had like Tuesday, Wednesday stretch in Dallas, and it's been really hard to push as hard as necessarily I want to this year. So I think we've done a really good job of kind of finding that balance in the middle part. And again, yesterday was a testament to that.
And just last thing for you here, we're running up against a break. Let's get a good crowd tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's make the 12th man make a difference. Right?
No, and
it always does. By the way.
No, it's been amazing, and like I don't think I can give enough gratitude and thanks. And somebody asked me about like I was on the TV. Like one of my pregame rituals is like talking to the student section, and I'm like, no, I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful that they come out, that they support, and it's not just sitting there and kind of hanging out watching a volleyball match, but they want to get after the opponent. They want to help us, and it does, and it makes a huge, huge difference. So if you're listening and I don't know, you're any type of fan, and again, I just pointed out the student section, but any type of fan, please get out to read on Wednesday. Pack it. You guys make a difference, and you're, I don't know, the reason why you came to this school. So I'm appreciative to the nth degree.
I'm like you. They're starting to impress me. They're really starting to impress me, and I think that they've improved every single week. So every single week they've gotten better, right? But I think they found their identity. You're talking about a team that can pressure the quarterback, but we've started to stifle the run game. I know when we talked about the Notre Dame game, we talked about earning the right to rush the passer. That starts with stopping the run, and you were seeing us control the line of scrimmage, right? And I think that you're seeing the strength of the team starting to take place. You're seeing the strength of the team being held in that front seven, in particular those rush-ins that we have. But as far as the improvements are concerned, man, we're not giving up the big runs like we did at the beginning of the season. We're a lot more gap sound. We're containing the run. We're containing the quarterback, and we're dictating to the offense what we want to do. I'm really starting to get excited about what we're doing defensively. This game against Mississippi State had my antennas up, right? And being able to see how we broke them as the game went on. They had their spurts here and there at the beginning of the game. We figured it out. We calmed down. We came into our zone and our rhythm. But we started to dominate as the later rounds or the later quarters started going on, right? That's what you want to see from a dominant defense. I think they have an opportunity, man, to really stake their claim against, I don't want to say against the Florida team, but as the teams, as we go on throughout the season, to really stake their claim and be right up there with the Oklahomas of the world. I think we have that level of defense because we have the front seven that can man that. So I'm excited about what they're doing. I love the progression. I love how they've improved. But most importantly, they're playing as a unit. They're communicating. They're gap sound. That's what you want to see.
Well, and when you consider that Mississippi State, look, they have a good run game. They were averaging 205 yards a game before they played A&M. They held them to 77 yards. We know that they got some receivers that can make plays. They threw for 142 yards. Auburn came in with a great run game. I'm not saying that that's going to happen necessarily against Florida, but it's just showing examples of they'll take something out of your game that you expect to be able to be the foundation of your offense.
Well, what they're doing is they're showing multiple ways to win, right? on both sides of the ball, from offensively to defensively. They're showing you that, okay, we can take away the run, we can take away your pass, we can key on your best player, and we can force you to make us beat us somewhere else, right? So that's what you're seeing. You're seeing the evolution of the defense. You're seeing the defense coming to its own. But man, like you said, being able to take away the best players, the certain type of style of game that they want to play, you're seeing us stand up each and every week.
Polanski, I want you to close it out. But I want, before you close it out, somewhere in there you have to mix in a food item. Somehow.
Food item. Okay. Like, comment, subscribe, follow us, tell your friends, family, and go to the game this weekend and get an Aggie dog. They're really good.
See how easy that was?
I don't know why that's what I thought of, but
I know. You know how many times I've had an Aggie dog?
they're good.
No, I've never. I don't. I'm not in the hot dog community. I don't do it.
Oh.
I'm out.